hate you so much. Kobe. Alright, well today's the day to start working on our fuel tank for our 82 Yamaha Xt200 build. And been going over this and it's in a really nice shape. I feel a little guilty going to be taking the paint off of this because I know somebody somewhere is going to be wanting a nice fuel tank like this for their restoration project, but it's only going to need a little bit of work to bring back. There's no dents on this tank, only a tiny little bit of rust on the inside. But nothing we can't fix. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the wire wheels ready. We'll fire up the sandblaster and we'll get started. This is an interesting thing to note before I start getting into the heavy work of stripping this thing down. This thing doesn't have a petcock on it. And I'm wondering, this is part of the mystery as to why the bike was originally parked. So, new petcock's going to be on order. I got a new Yamaha petcock to throw on there. It's in my parts stash, and I'll have to put a link to the part number in it because you can get them for only 12 bucks. But they bolt up to all these vintage tanks, so yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind when we're trying to get it running in the next couple episodes. Boy, stripping this tank it's just a trudge. Some of this old paint, it just does not like to come off. Right now, it seems to be the only way I'm getting it is to start off with a wire wheel, get a lot of it off, and then just try to clean up with the sandblast with what I can. I've tried using paint stripper in the past. We got a lot of aircraft grade stuff here laying around, but that just seems to turn the paint to like a goopy mess that just gets even harder. So it's about 2.5 hours worth of work, and I still got the other side and the underneath to do. So we'll see how far I can make it. Alright, well here it is. It's about 9-10 hours of sandblasting, wire wheeling, and just about ready to put a coat of primer on it here. Got an idea of what I want to do with the paint scheme on this. I'm going to lay out some pinstriping ideas before I really throw anything up, but the tank's in really nice shape. Only one dent right here. A little spot putty will fix that up. So, alright, moving on. So we got all the primer done, got a nice base coat on, and we're going to use the light primer again because we're going to be doing light colors on top. I want to do white here on the top, and then the sides are going to be yellow, and I'm thinking I'm just going to polish the metal here in this middle strip, and put like a little Yamaha logo or something nice there. See if we can take care of this dent, and I got lucky. I found some spot putty that was in the cupboard, so I'll save a few bucks by not having to buy some of that. It's starting to get hard already. This isn't the Walmart brand, but we're going to try it. Something a little bit different than what I normally use. Hope it sands easy. Spread's nice. Got another little ding here. And we'll let that dry. Then we'll sand smooth. See if we start putting on some of the beginning coats of paint. I have to share why it took me so long in order to get this tank done. I hope I got some pictures of it back on my phone, but I was trying to save some money, and I didn't want to go out and buy any more spot putty, so I was going through the cupboard up where they have all the old paint stuff, and I found this spot putty, and I'm thinking, oh, this is supposed to be like premium aircraft grade spot putty that they use for painting the airplanes. And 3 times I puttied my tank. 3 times I had to take it all back off and wire wheel it smooth again because of this stuff. It's not hard or anything. It all mixes fine. I don't know what the deal is, but paint will not lay on this putty. This stinking tube put me about 3 months behind into painting that tank. So, the reason there hasn't been an episode out in a long time, it's because of this crap. I hate this. So the only white paint that I could find was this appliance epoxy by Rust-Oleum. We're going to give it a shot though. Hopefully there's enough in here I don't have to go buy more paint. Now we may have just like a little bit of a gap in the filming process from whenever I first started working on this tank. I had a lot of issues with the puttying of this tank, trying to get it looking nice and neat, and found some stuff that was up in the cupboard, and it was no good. So I ended up redoing this tank in order to get the yellow paint to lay about 2-3 times. And then the whole coronavirus pandemic thing hit, and just been busy. I've been painting an airplane up in Grove City, so this has kind of been on the back burner, but finally I have it to where it's at now. I ended up polishing the center part of this and making the top part here the white. This is just white Rust-Oleum. The bottom part here, this is Rust-Oleum Sunburst Yellow. Then I found some pinstriping over at AutoZone where I did the double black pinstriping here. That'll outline the chrome part, and then I just did a silver stripe here to kind of segment the yellow from the white to kind of make it transition a little bit better. Then the decals, those sucked. The decals were a 2-part decal where you have to lay down the white part first, and then the Yamaha speed blocks can go down over top. But I really like how it turned out. It's kind of like a little Kenny Roberts tribute bike. Where I'm going to pick up from, it's almost done. I'm going to put on the clear here, and I actually have some Omni, some real clear with my little Harbor Freight gun, and this is just their little detailing gun. I absolutely love this. I'm actually painting that airplane with it, just doing the smaller stuff. It's an HVLP gravity feed gun. This thing hardly makes any overspray. It's fantastic for just small projects, and it gives you an actual regulator here. And right now, for what I was painting with single stage base coat, I was using about 30 pounds of pressure. And it seems like the higher pressure that you spray this at, the more the gun likes it. So we're going to see how it lays down clear here in a little bit. And once we get the clear done, I got one more thing I'm going to do to the tank. Right up here behind where the gas cap fits, I got this nice little Yamaha tuning fork logo, where it's a 3D logo, where it's got like the little clear plastic bubble on top, and that should look really good on top of the tank. And I got one of the side panels here, and the gas tank hold down, I guess that's like a little washer. I'm going to put that in clear too, since there's going to be a lot of tightening and turning on that. Hopefully that'll keep the chrome paint from coming up. So let's see if I get some chrome, or get some clear mixed up. See if I could finally finish this thing off, and I could go to another episode of bolting some more parts on. You know, I have to give a shout out to this little spray gun. I love this thing. It's just a little cheapo gun from Harbor Freight. This is their detailing gun. It's the real small one with a 0.8mm tip. HVLP gun. And one thing I added to it, I wanted this like little water-air separator, because we get a lot of air, or excuse me, water out of our air compressor, but just like a thing cleaning it up. I think I got this whole kit with the regulator. I think I got it $30 out the door. And so once you spray a good clear out of it, it lays down the paint. You don't need to have, you know, a few $100 DeVilbiss or a Seda gun in order to lay down a decent paint job, especially if you're just looking at doing budget builds like what I am. But I mean, with results like this, I mean, wow. For 30 bucks and a gun, you just can't beat that. Super pleased with how this came out. I don't think we got any runs. That's about 3 coats of clear. Hopefully it's going to dry right, and then tomorrow I got one more thing. I got an emblem. I don't want to move my finger towards it too much to spread dust, but I got a little Yamaha tuning fork emblem that's going to go right there on the top. And then the tank will be done, other than I want to put a new cap on it and throw on a new Petcock. But other than that, that's it for finally this episode for doing the tank. Put a lot of work into it, and it's like a $1,000 paint job on a $150 motorcycle. But you know what? It's all for fun. It didn't really cost me much other than the $30 gun. I have $30 worth of clear into this tank, some sandpaper, a couple cans of paint. I mean, all together, it's like 60 bucks. But well, we'll see what we can do next on the bike, and I'm hopefully going to throw some wheels on it and get it rolling. So thanks for watching this one. We'll see you next time.